Right, I'd like to invite Don Shiau, and he's going to recite for us Alfian's Autobiography. Don, please.
Hi, I'm Don Shiau, and this is Autobiography by Alfian. Like most of us, I can't remember how I was separated from my first love. Did it die? Did I break it? Was it stolen? Or did it fly out through the open window? I didn't have radio tuning parents who filled the house with music or instilled in me a love of the cinema. I never recalled my mother coming home from the hairdressers with a new hairdo, or father teaching me fishing, or staying up to watch football on TV. He did once bring a kite home, but he hung it on my bedroom wall. He turned it into a portrait. It wasn't his fault that the wall never became more of a sky. Meanwhile, cousins came for visits, wearing braces and chattering about comics, bicycle scars, and camping out, ghost stories. Don't tell that one. Tell the one where Daddy used the torchlight and Mommy screamed and dropped her things and laughed like a hyena. We drank boiled water in the house, and sometimes, waking up from a nap, I would wander the rooms to find Mother copying cross-stitch designs from a book, or Father catching a subtitled Chinese rerun. So I slept again, dreaming of playing with toys away from the light that leaked in between hawk-eyed curtains, gold-plating afternoon dust to shining pollen. When I awoke, I was 20, being asked if I had a happy childhood. Yes, the one we all have, filled to the brim with the love of absent things. Thank you, Don.
Well, I thought that was great, Don. Thank you very much for that. I just wondered if you felt that this poem, Autobiography by Alfian, does that kind of resonate with your own autobiography?
Oh, it does. It does. I'm just like a few years younger than Alfian, and I actually first came across this poem when it was published in One Fierce Hour. So I think it was in university at the time when it was written, when it was published. Interesting thing is, I didn't feel that I really caught the full meaning and nuance of the poem until I practiced it for this competition. You know, when I was 20, the age that Alfian was referring to in this poem, I thought that, it's just a sentimental piece, thinking back about childhood and simpler times. But as I tried to break down this poem line by line to try to figure out how I would deliver it, I think a lot of the nuance came across and has a lot more meaning for me now at my age. So what the poem means to me now isn't just a sort of sentimental looking back. I mean, on the surface, it looks like someone saying, oh yeah, I had humble beginnings, I had a simple childhood, but I didn't mind it, it was okay. There are two lines in the poem that really kind of jumped out at me when I was practicing. One is, it wasn't his fault that the wall never became more of a sky. Because that line, to me, is a tell. It's a pivot upon which the meaning of the poem hinges. It suggests that actually he's not that okay. There's some regret. But whose regret? Is it Alfian's regret? Is it his father's regret? Not entirely clear, but it's, he's not so okay with what he went through. What then does he do with it? Comparing his life to that of his peers, measured in very material ways, comics, bicycles, and so on. The other line that jumped out at me was gold plating, afternoon dust, shining pollen. I had a bit of difficulty with that line at first. Like, how do I deliver it? It's such a strange line. But then it occurred to me, sunlight doesn't gold plate anything. The dust remains dust. Young Alfian is the one doing the gold plating in his mind. And likewise, he is doing that to his childhood experience. He's taking the dust of his childhood and gold plating it with the sunlight of his perspective. And what he says at the end is that this is the childhood that we all have. He's saying that, yeah, you know, I was young and had a simple childhood, but you know what? Even my cousins who had bicycles and comics and camping trips, they are doing the gold plating as well. Which was so profound because I think about it, yeah, you know, I do gold plate my memories. We all do. And for that, me to have this secondary realization now, coming back to this poem 20 years later, I thought that was fantastic. Yeah, I really, really appreciated that.
Excellent. Thank you very much.